I begin in the name of Allah, the Lord of the Day of Judgment. This is Unit 2.3. I Dream a World, Langston Hughes. Before saying something about the poet and poem, let me articulate the difference between prose and poetry. 1. Prose can be understood by reading once. Poetry, more than one reading may be needed to understand the meaning. 2. Prose language is more natural and grammatical. Poetry language is figurative and rhythmical. 3. Prose ideas are written in sentences. Sentences are grouped into paragraphs. Poetry ideas are written in lines. Lines are grouped into stanzas. 4. The writer usually has no word limit. Poetry, a poet uses a limited number of words. 5. Prose doesn't give attention to rhyme and rhythm. Poetry gives attention to rhyme and rhythm. Dear students, now about the poet Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was born in 1902 and died in 1967. He was a US black poet and writer who was a leading figure of the Harlem Renaissance. He used African American rhythms in his poems, most of which are about city life. They include the Weary Blues, Wearyblues, a collection of his poems, and I Dream a World has been taken from the book. 2. Not Without Laughter. 3. One Way Ticket. He also wrote novels, plays, children's books, and an autobiography. Dear students, this poem has been written about the lives of African American people in the USA. They led very harsh and tough life. The poem consists of 16 lines which can be divided into 4 stanzas. Each stanza has 4 lines. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B C B. For example, man A, scorn B, earth C, adorn B. Line 2 and line 4 rhyme Y, scorn, adorn. Look at another example. All A, way B, line 3 soul C, day B. Line 2 and line 4 rhyme Y, way, day. Now look at explanation and paraphrasing. I dream a world. Dream means visualize. A world means a perfect world, a utopian world. The poet says, I envisions a world where no man will ever hate or discriminate other men. Bless means give glory or honor. Adorn means beautify. where love will rule the earth, love will give honor to the earth, and peace will beautify its path. I dream a world. This is repetition. Look at first line, first stanza, second. A world I dream our world. Why repetition? To create a deeper understanding. In the first stanza, love and peace are the Aztec nouns. They have been personified to make a clear and strong statement. In the second stanza, the poet again uses personifications, greed, avarice. Greed means intense and selfish desire for riches. Avarice means extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Soul means spirit, character. He envisions a world, a perfect world, where greed and avarice will be defeated and love and peace will be inflated. Bounties means boons and blessings. In the third stanza, the poet envisions an ideal world where black, white, colored, whatever race they belong to, will share the boons and blessings of the earth, and every man will get freedom. Dear students, look at these words black, white are colored. COLOURED. Colored has two meanings. One, a person from a race that doesn't have white skin. Two, in Africa, South Africa, having parents who are of different races. In the last stanza, the poet personifies wretchedness and imagines that it will shamefacedly repent and take its leave of the world. Dear students, actions express emotions. For example, hang head means you are ashamed. Bite lips means you are nervous. Clench fist means you are angry, aggressive. Shrug shoulders means you are doubtful, indifferent. Now look at this word hang. What's the difference between hang and hang out? Hang out means to spend time idly, IDLY, or in relaxing or socializing. For example, Ali likes hanging out with his friends. Dear students, look at second line. The poet uses a simile. What is simile? Simile is similarity and singularity. Here he compares joy with a pearl. Why? To show that joy is rare and precious as a pearl. Through this simile, the poet gives a message to the African American people that an oyster has to undergo a painful process in order to develop a pearl into it. So it's necessary for African American to suffer. Dear students, to strengthen the idea of the poet Langston Hughes, I quote Charles Mackay's poem, There is Good Time Coming, Boys. A good time coming, a good time coming. The pen shall supersede the sword, and right that might shall be the Lord. In the good time coming, worth, not birth, shall rule mankind. and be acknowledged stronger. The proper impulse has been given. Wait a little longer. By and large, the poet is optimistic. He sees through his inward eyes a happy world, a perfect world, a utopian world. This is all for today. Thank you and have a blessed day.